everyone! Today I have a tea review for you. If you remember in, I think it was my winter haul, I mentioned this tea that I bought, which as you can see I've now opened. This is chocolate marmalade flavoured tea by Scullery Made teas. These are loose tea leaves that can blended and grown and dried and everything in the Barossa Valley. So I got my tea from Vintage Carousel when I was working there. It was $16. You can also get these on their website, which is scullerymade.org, I believe. I've also seen these being sold as drinks and stuff at cafes. So there's a lot of different places you can get this tea. And there'd be other places as well, that's just what I've observed. As I said before, this is the chocolate marmalade tea. And this one says that it has whole black tea leaves, cacao nibs, carob and orange zest. I took a video of the packaging before I opened it to show you it all nice and neat and pretty. It's in a nice paper bag. It's got everything about on the tea and how to brew it and everything on it. It's got this red piece of tape. First I'm going to tell you about the smell. The smell is really nice. As tea leaves, it's obviously a stronger smell. It smells a lot like dark chocolate, but it also smells of orange and it smells tangy as well. It's just really nice and chocolatey and zesty smelling. When it's a drink, it smells a bit different. It smells more like just tea and milk chocolate. You don't generally smell the zestiness and the oranginess once it's a tea, but you do kind of taste it a bit. The way that I do my tea is I didn't use a pot because all of my pots were in storage, like teapots, so I use a tea strainer thing. I generally have mine white, so I served it with milk and 1.5 sugars because that's just me. I like sweet things. But I actually find that the sugar helps bring out the flavour more personally, but that could also just be because I'm a massive sweet tooth and that's just how my taste buds work. So I don't know, it could be a personal thing or a broad thing, I'm not really sure. I don't know if this is relevant, but the colour of the tea when it's a drink, when I first made it, it looked like a sort of Earl Greyish colour, but then the second time I made it, it was more like just a normal English breakfast colour, I guess you could say. The taste of it is, to be honest, not quite as chocolatey as I first anticipated. I know it's not meant to taste like a hot chocolate or something like that, obviously, but I have had marmalade tea before that wasn't by Scullery Made. I think it was a bit more chocolatey than this one. It's kind of like having English breakfast tea but with a hint of chocolate in it, it's kind of faint. But again, that could be because of how much sweets that I eat and stuff already. I've ruined my tasting ability for naturally sweet things, so that could be me, or again it could be a more general broad thing. I'm sure other people would probably prefer the faint chocolatiness. Also, when you taste it, it tastes a lot like the smell, and it has a very light, zesty taste to it. Personally, I'd like it a bit more if it was a bit more chocolatey than it currently is, but I still really like it and it's still a really nice tea. Kind of comforting and nice and sweet, and I really like it. To be honest, also the aftertaste of it is actually slightly more chocolatey and stronger than the first taste that I get. But I've also noticed if something like a tea is really hot, I don't really taste it at all, so that also could be why. I'm not sure if that's a scientific thing or if it's just me. I don't know. Or I've done this in the past with some loose tea leaves. You can recycle them and use them again for another drink, you can use it twice. You cannot do that with these tea leaves. They just taste like water when you try to recycle them the second time. That's all good. I just thought I'd let you know though, so you don't make the mistake of trying to make it again with the same tea leaves, because it doesn't taste like anything. If you're gonna have a biscuit with it, because I often like to eat biscuits with my tea, I would recommend chocolate chip biscuit. The chocolate from the tea and the chocolate from the chocolate chip biscuits kind of complement each other, but without it being overbearing. I think that they're kind of perfect for each other, they're made for each other, it's so nice. That's what I personally prefer and I would recommend. I did try Oreos with it and it was way too chocolatey. I think I tried ginger nut biscuits with this tea and they didn't really match. I wasn't that into it, but you can try it if you want. So yeah, I'd recommend chocolate chip cookies for this tea. That is the chocolate marmalade tea. I think I would probably give it 3 out of 5 stars. It's quite good. I really enjoy it. I just wish it was a tiny bit more chocolatey, but that's just me, so I'm a massive sweet tooth, so probably perfect the way it is. And they do other teas as well, like a whole range of other flavours which are really nice. I've only had a few of them. I think my favourite would be the Nosh tea, which I think is kind of vanilla-y, if I'm not mistaken. They do like chai and all sorts. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy, and if there are any teas that you would like me to try, let me know and I will try and find it and do so. Go and try some chocolate marmalade tea by Scullery Made because it is really nice and it smells good and it's fun.